with Helmut. Helmut, the Nautilus. This is one of my favorite movies. What compelled you to build this one?
Well, as a kid, I always wanted to build a Nautilus, and finally managed to get the time and a little bit of money, and I built a Nautilus.
Now, what is this made out of?
It's made out of fiberglass, plus the rivets, brass rivets.
And how long did it take? Because, I mean, this is not a kit, obviously. It's something that you hand-built.
That is scratch built.
That's scratch built.
It took
wow.
2.5 years.
So there's a frame underneath and everything,
There was
right?
a frame originally underneath, and then as you build it, get it together, you take the frame out and you just got the shell left.
And the shell's left and everything.
And this is it.
And this actually works.
Surprisingly.
Well, surprisingly, it sinks in the water.
Yeah.
It
No, submerges.
It submerges, doesn't
okay.
sink. How did you get the patina on the color here?
Well, it was just a bit of trial and error, and I just liked the effect of it.
I guess as it weathers, it even looks a little bit more real as well.
More realistic.
And you even have Captain Nemo at the helm at the front of the boat
right.
there.
No ship can float without a captain, so that's him.
That's fantastic. And I mean, so many details. How many rivets are there, first of all?
But 17,000.
17,000
Yes.
rivets. And they're all brass rivets.
They're all brass rivets.
And the weight of it?
About 35 pounds.
Wow, so it's quite heavy.
It is very heavy, yes.
And what type of ballast system are you using in here to make it submerge?
I started out with a gas system, and now I converted it into a water pump system. But in order for the water pump to work, I have to bring it to the surface. And with that, I have an air system that will inflate 2 bladders that just brings me above the water level with a half of the bridge out. And then I start the water pump, and then she'll come all the way to the top.
Wow. Yeah. And that's neat. Now, how does it steer in the water? I notice you have some, it looks like some kind of paddles here on the sides. Does that have anything to do with the steering?
Well, not with the steering. It has very little effect with diving and bringing it back up. The steering, of course, is your rudder. But since it, without an assist to the rudder, I would have a big radius.
Yeah, it's just like you got a little plastic fin on there to help you with it.
Yes.
Because obviously this never was a real boat.
Exactly.
It was never a real submarine and everything.
Right,
now the detail is just beautiful, and do some of these parts actually open up and move?
That one does open up.
And look at that one, it even opens up. Now that controls your lighting down there and everything.
And
now,
my off and on switch.
Yeah. Now even in the side, you can look through the side canopy too a little bit and see inside the boat. This probably is where most of your work came in, I guess, too, right?
Well, the rivets took me a long time. The work is in the detail.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Even the anchors, the anchor actually come out too?
No, I didn't want to go quite that far.
Well, Helmut, what can I say? That is one beautiful boat, the Nautilus, right? Famous movie.
That's right. From 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Well, I finally got to catch up with you, Helmut. I always see you at the hobby show, but this year there wasn't a hobby show, so we're here in Wellesley, Ontario at the boat regatta, and I finally caught you with this boat. Thanks a lot for teaching us about it a bit, and good luck. Build more.
Thanks.
We want to see more of these submarines.
Of course, yes.
Okay, take care.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's it, Chris, for this week's episode of RCTV. Next week, hey, we're going to be seeing some cool rock crawling all the way up from Prince Edward Island.
Indeed. And we're going to be talking to a friend of ours named John who's going to tell us a little bit about building an off-road track.
And one of my favorites from Chatham, Ontario. It's almost as big as you. It's huge.
Huge plane.
Huge plane. Wait till you see this, folks. We'll see you then. Take care.
Take care.
RCTV is brought to you in part by great hobbies, great service, great selection, great prices. Glorks, Great Lakes Off-Road Championship Series, and OffRoadRC.ca, Canada's premier RC site.